And good morning. Welcome into another installment of Your Life Matters with clinical social worker Dr. Beth Plachetka from Safe Harbor Counseling and Dr. Beth Speaks. Dr. Beth with us in studio again on a Monday. Doctor, good morning.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
We're doing all right. What's going on with you?
Well, same old thing, but it's a beautiful summer and I'm loving it.
Yeah, we are in the midst of it for sure. So on this Monday, what's our topic for today?
Well, something happened, and I'm going to tell you and the listeners about it, that made me think that, sometimes when people are trying to help a situation, they make it worse, and they don't even realize it. So to give a little setting, I live off a road that it's residential, but it's one of those fast residential roads because it goes from one end to the other with no stop signs in between. And people pretty much are only going home, so it's people who are familiar with it, and they kind of shoot home. So one day I just came home and I turned off onto the road from a different spot, so I got a different angle, and it struck me really funny. There was like a delivery truck, like a Amazon type truck, not Amazon, but whatever, dead stop in what would be the oncoming traffic lane. Well, quick, I'm looking, is there something going on?
Yeah.
No. So I stop, and all of this in a split second. And I think, okay, well, and then maybe I shouldn't have done that because, you don't know if somebody's going to pop out and what they want and all that kind of stuff. Then I realize that the driver is waving these two middle school kids across the street. They've been waiting patiently on a driveway across the street.
Okay.
Now, that was very nice of that person, except the kids were there and they were safe. And if I had come around a half a second later, they would have been right in front of me, and I could have hit them. They knew to stay there. Their parents told them to stay there. It wasn't a crosswalk. It wasn't a stop sign. It wasn't one of those flashing lights where it says yield to pedestrian.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice of them to do it. It was the kind of nice that could get somebody hurt. And then I started thinking about all the times that we do that by accident.
Yeah.
We do it unintentionally. I remember when one of my kids was crying at the store. Now, they were crying because they were exhausted and needed a nap. Somebody said,
I do that in the afternoon sometimes.
Well, you probably would accept the offer of a drink of soda from them.
Oh.
But somebody said, hey, can I give him this drink of soda? And I said, no, because he needs a nap, not caffeine.
Right,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, that's not going to help. And so I think about all these times when, when it's not in our authority to make the change. Like, that person was not a traffic cop, wasn't their police officer. It would have been safer for him or her to proceed slowly through, let the kids go behind, wait, be patient, because it wasn't a crosswalk. Somebody could have run into him, or I could have run into the kids. So, when we think about where does this stress and anxiety come from, we're always on guard for, is somebody changing a rule that we don't know about? If it's not our authority to change. So for a parent, it's the universal authority until they're 18. Then the kid has to take over. If it's a teacher, it's educational and safety in their presence. We don't get to nobody ever asked me how to take care of them at home when I was teaching English. I'd say have them do their homework.
Right.
If it's medicine, then it has to be. I don't give medical tell you which kind of medicine. I say, here's what I've heard. Call your doctor. Talk to your pharmacist. We have to work within our authority. If we don't, things could happen, and we won't be there to pick up the pieces if we make the wrong choice. So for our mental health, we need to be thinking about being kind, being nice outside of our jurisdiction isn't always helpful.
Yeah, you have good intentions, but might not, pan out well for the person.
Exactly. So I think, that's what I'm talking about. We got to be, sometimes being helpful can be harmful.
That's a good say. I like that. All right. That's a good way to end on today's show as we invite you to find out more online at safeharboril.com. You can get more resources. You can listen to this show. You can listen to past shows. Give Safe Harbor a call to 630-466-8657. You can email Dr. Beth at Beth Plachetka, LCSW at safeharboril.com. We'll see you again at the same time next week.